Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Daryl Franklin. Carney's on assignment. An Electra off-duty firefighter is being called a hero, as is a boy in his teens after a house fire caused the teen's brother to be flown to an Oklahoma City hospital. It happened yesterday. Tyshin Dawson has been following this story for us. So, Tyshin, I can only imagine how terrifying this must have been for everyone involved. What did the person who pulled the boy from the home have to say?
Absolutely. Brady Doss says it was only through the grace of God and familiarity that he was able to pull the boy from the flames.
He brought that little boy out, and he was just limp as a rag. It was traumatic for me just because I've never seen a child look like that.
The city of Electra is rallying behind a family after a devastating house fire has left a 6-year-old boy hospitalized.
He said, yeah, my little brother's in there, and Scott asked him, well, where's the fire? And he said, I don't know, I couldn't tell, it was too smoky. He didn't know where it started, he just got out.
Isaac says that's when the victim's guardian angel showed up, someone who was all too familiar with the floor plan of this exact house.
God put me in the right place at the right time to help that young man.
Brady Doss is a volunteer firefighter and nurse who was on his way to dinner when he just so happened to see smoke coming from a house that he formerly lived in just a year prior.
I jumped out, radioed for units to get here, and the homeowner was yelling at me that his son was in the house.
That prompted Doss to spring into action, running into the house with nothing but his firefighter's jacket.
My hand was led, you know, by the grace of God I found this kid, because when I got to the doorway, I put my hand down into the room, and when I put my hand down into the room, I actually placed it right on his forehead. I couldn't see him, had no idea where he was at, and I put my hand right down on him.
Though hailed a hero, Doss gives the credit to the family.
Knowing the layout of the house and the dad being able to stay calm and tell me where he thought he was or where he knew he last was, and the brother that was home with him, being able to tell me that, hey, he was in that room.
As a big brother himself, Doss says he tips his hat off to the 14-year-old older brother.
I give him some credit for being so brave and trying to go back in and get his brother. You know, I'd have done the same thing if that was my little brother. So I give credit to that young man. He did an amazing job.
The victim had to be airlifted. He is in stable condition and is on his way to recovery. At last check, the boy's father posted online that the 6-year-old had to be treated for smoke inhalation, but he is in stable condition in the pediatric ICU.
Oh, that's wonderful. He's recovering, and it's just incredible to think that Doss was going by there, and he'd even lived in that house. And the fact that he went in there and couldn't see anywhere, and he put his hand right on that little boy's forehead.
God laid his hand.
That's right. Had to be. Tyshin, thank you so much for that.